Excellent connection. All right. Well, I guess it is working. Good deal. Oh, that's wrong. Let me get this set up here. Okay. I don't even have the light on. Wow, it's not bad, huh? Maybe I should turn the light on. Let's see. It'll be picked as usual. What? What does it's picking up a stranded friend? Huh? Well, give me a few moments here. There's this new system on YouTube and live streaming. I've never used it before. I guess October 1st was the first day that they have this new live control room. So that's what I'm using right now. Let me see here. Okay. Warning, the current resolution is, what? Open widget. Stream status is good. It must not be that good. I'm getting all these warnings here. Obviously the big thing now is Trump having the coronavirus. And, it's like you got a guy who's got a drug problem or an alcohol problem or whatever it is, and you're kicking the guy when he's down. I see all these comments by these celebrities and some other people. It's ridiculous what they're doing, what they're saying, and damn well the Chinese and the Russians are probably hoping that something happens to them. Who knows, But he's on his way now to Walter Reed. And why is this not right here? Which is not optimal. Your video resolution is not optimal. Well, let me see if I can put it up there. No, I can't. Why not? Why is my video cannot be accessed when a man is exiting will not end the stream if it is currently live. Okay, well, let's go look at my webcam. This is why they got to make a change all the time. All the time they got to make a change. We're going to make it newer and improved. And it's not improved. Nothing's improved to me. It's all the same. It's this. Listen, I don't want to start with just bitching and moaning, but this is what they do. Oh, and now, you're going to have to pay more because it's new and improved. Yeah, okay. I got to make a few little changes here. So, in other words, give me a few seconds. Let me allow some people to come in, hopefully. And, what is this? You see? To change everything. This is why I don't like the new and improved shit. And none of it, I don't see any major changes or any changes for that matter. This is YouTube. What do you expect from leftists? They know no rules, ethics, etc. when it comes to getting what they want. Well, I don't necessarily disagree. And what I find so funny is that, who was it that said, they think that, I think it was somebody from CNN said, Trump's mic needs to be muted. Well, wait a minute. Why does his need to be muted, but Biden's doesn't need to be muted? Where is the equality and fairness there? So, let's see if I can find out who said it, because I don't remember. Trump's mic could be turned off by moderator at next debate. Here it says, look at this. This is from Slate.com. A debate mute button has been used on a loudmouth Republican before. Trump could have his mic cut during the next debate. And the thing is I wouldn't agree to that at all. It's all about mute his microphone. No, mute both of their microphones. You want to be fair? Show me fairness. It's clear I can see peach fuzz on your head. Well, that's all I got is peach fuzz, because that's all that grows on my balding head. Let's see here. Before we get into this a little bit, it's 82 degrees. High of only 88 today. 88. Showers today, high will be 88, 30% chance of showers. Right now it's 84% humidity, east-southeast, 3 miles an hour, feels like 93. So that's what we got going on. The Thai baht's at 31.57, and the air quality is quite good at 26, which is excellent. But, right now there's probably not as many people on the road. So, how many people are actually surprised that Trump got the virus? Because I'm not really surprised. I mean, to be honest, I'm not surprised. The guy comes in contact with a lot of people. He's not always wearing a mask. I'm not going to say that, well, there you go, you see? I'm not going to say that. Yeah, but when they get the shit beat out of them by one person, one-on-one, then they complain. Listen, the only reason I'm talking about this is because he's the president of the United States. And you know what? What happens if he passes away and Pence gets it, he passes away, and Nancy Pelosi becomes president of the United States? So it's a crazy time, and as Jono said to me yesterday, wake me up from this nightmare. And 2020, we're already in October. 2020 is a nightmare. That's the only way I know how to put it. Good morning, Mr. Cowboy / soy dog. The raccoon hunter. We're talking politics today. Not really politics. We're talking about coronavirus again. What's new? You can say what you want, but if he comes out of it and I don't know about you. I do not, hello Ayesha, I do not remember any year in my life worse than this year. Ever. And I'm not talking about personally, even personally, I've never had a year as bad as this year. I'm talking about worldwide. And it seems to me that the world is it's headed in the wrong direction. And one thing I was thinking is maybe there's just too many damn people on the planet. And this is what's causing the chaos. This is one reason. Between the internet, and I don't think people were meant to assimilate large amounts of information all at once. Well, that's why I suggest heading to a cave as soon as possible and getting the hell out of Dodge. I mean, I wish I could. But it's not just me. It's 3 others. For somebody who's single, you still got to think about your parents, your close friends, maybe your girlfriend. So, it's not easy for people just to say, well, I'm getting out of this place. And I dare say that a lot of people have left the United States because of all the bullshit that's going on there. But it's not only the United States. I mean, it's the UK, it's Australia, it's all over. It's Thailand. And, supposedly this guy who left the reviews about this Thai hotel, supposedly, according to him, they're going to come to some kind of an agreement. Now, I don't know if that means he's going to have to pay them off, which I don't really agree with that either. I think that, here's the thing. I've been criticized by a few people because I said, hey, this is Thailand. This is the way it is. The guy should have known. Well, that's true. But the fact of the matter is, to me, both places are at fault because they allowed it to escalate. They allowed it to get to that point. And the hotel ought to know that it's in their benefit to keep things as quiet as possible. You don't want that kind of thing getting out there. And it's already out there, so the damage is pretty much done. People know. And, people have known. And listen, I got a lot of friends who have said, I'm not coming back to Thailand because of how the system works, because how some of the people are. There's always some people that are a certain way. Listen, I got to tell you, I was talking, I was talking, I think yesterday or day before yesterday. I was talking about how, or maybe I didn't talk about it. I don't know. I'll have to jog my memory. But, there was the motorcycle drivers, the little taxi drivers, they're towards the end of the block. And, yeah, most of the time that's about how it is. But, you do get into little situations, and for me, they're really minor. I mean, what I'm going to talk about now, they're pretty minor. But it goes to show something, because this has not really happened to me. But about 2 months ago, there was a guy, and he goes, it's 40 baht to go to the mall. Now, it is 40 baht that to come from the mall to come to where I live. It's only 30 baht to go there. Okay? A couple of months ago, a guy pulls up and he says, 40 baht. I said, no, it's 30 baht. I just went there yesterday. I use most of the same guys all the time, but they do change every once in a while because they move, they decide it's not profitable enough in that area. For whatever reason, they move on and new people come in. It's not exactly a static position, It's kind of a transitional job. You got people, they might be a Muay Thai instructor and then, or, a boxing instructor or something like that, and then they're driving the motorbike part-time. Then they start making enough money and they're like, I'm not going to drive the motorbike anymore. So it's a transitional position. This guy comes up, he says 40 baht. I said, listen, it's 30 baht, man. A lot of times, if I only got 220s, I just give them the 220s and I don't bitch about the 10 baht. But when they just flat out say to me, oh no, it's 40 baht, and they're cheating me. And I know this because I know people that are going there. Well, thank you very much, Soy Dog Cowboy. I agree. I like it better. I don't have to mess with it. I don't have to think about it popping out all over the place. But anyway, so, the guy goes, Actually, he said 40 baht. I said, no, it's 30 baht. And he says, no. And I said, okay, I'm not going. And I took a Songtel. That's what happened. So then about 3 days ago, this driver, I waved the driver at the driver down at the end of the block, and it was a she. It was a young, or I don't know about young, but it was a small little woman, a small little woman. And so I said, I want to go to the mall. And usually you just say, go to the pier or whatever. You say that, and they know, and it's 30 baht. It's always 30 baht. Oh, 40 baht, 40 baht. And I said, no, it's not 40 baht. It's 30 baht. I give her the 30 baht. Hello, Johnny. It's 30 baht. Give her the 30 baht. Okay, she takes it. She goes. So yesterday she comes and picks me up again. This is the one driver. He's friendly to everybody. He's Mr. He knows everybody. He waves at everybody. And, he's talking while he's driving to people and stuff like that. But he's a good dude and he's a good driver. But he sees me. He's going to pick me up and he goes, oh, no. There's somebody down there. And I went, okay. They're sitting on their ass and they haven't seen me. So he starts beeping his horn. Finally, somebody pops up and it's the same girl. She comes back. I give her 30 baht. I always pay ahead of time because that way I know there's not going to be any issues when I get there. Give her the 30 baht. No problem. All right? I come back. Now, we're at Happy Land where all the Songthaos are. There's a lot of construction going on. They're putting in tubes underneath the ground, concrete drainage pipes underneath the ground. And, thus the roads are less wide because they've got to close that part down. And then inside where they park, you can't park the Songthao outside like they normally do to where you go and run onto the Songthao, you jump on, and then you split. So they have to park in the parking area. Now, the parking area has these little lifts where they're a hydraulic lift, and they never use them now. I don't know why. Maybe because it's too much of a pain in the ass, which I could have told you that in the beginning. Anyway, they got these lifts. They're empty. That would allow for another 15 cars or something like that. They're all empty. The place is packed. It's full. My Songthao is not there. I waited like 15 minutes. At the beginning of that 15 minutes, my wife called and says, listen, I'm on my way. I'll be there in a minute. I don't have my keys. Are you home? I said, no, I'm not home. So I run over to the Songthao, to where the Songthaos are. No Songthao. I'm like, shit. I don't want to listen to her, I'm like, hey, you should have had your keys. But I don't want to listen to her. Well, that took you so long. You said you were right there. So I'm like, trying to get my act together and get over there. Songthao doesn't come in like 15 minutes. I said, screw it. I go over to the motorcycle taxi stall. I see a guy. I tell him, take me to this place, Take me to my house. So he goes, okay. We drive over there. I get off. I was going to hand the guy a 100 baht bill because that way I want to see if he's going to cheat me, if he's going to try to get more out of me because sometimes he'll try to get 30 baht out of you just for that little ride, and it's the principle because you're doing it every day, and once you allow them to get away with it once, then they're going to expect to do it every single time. So I give him a 20 baht bill, and I stand there. I'm waiting for my 5 baht. It's a 15 baht ride. Now, it's a 15 baht ride every single time. It's not like they change it every once in a while. There is none of that shit. Now there's a little construction, we're going to change it. No, it doesn't affect them at all. So it's 15 baht. The guy looks at me and he goes, 20 baht. He goes, you're a big guy. I go, give me my 5 baht. He starts driving off. And I'm standing there in the road. Now, he's only a couple of feet away from me. And I take a step out in front of his motorcycle. I go, give me my 5 baht back. I said, it's 15 baht every single day, and it's not 20 baht. Oh, sorry. Sorry. So now that's 3 times in the last 2 months that they tried to jip me. Now, they never would try that shit 2 years ago, 3 years ago. That would never happen. But now it's happening. more and more. And it's not the 5 baht, it's not the, it's the principle, and what it is I don't want to have to pay more every single time because they just feel like, oh, well, he's white, so I'm going to charge him more money. It's not going to happen. I don't want to do it. I'd rather just not go. I'll walk, or I'll pay the song tao out of principle. The song tao is the same price for everybody. They never jip you. They never try to charge more. None of that. And for every honest motorcycle taxi that there is, and I was talking about the other day when some guy took me somewhere, and I was like, man, I wonder how much this guy's going to charge me. He charged me 20 baht, which was like the right price, but I thought he's going to try to charge me like 50 baht, and he didn't. So, first of all, I think that there are some people really feeling the heat now. They're feeling the crunch. They're feeling the pinch. And, one of the reasons why there's a big turnover in places like coffee shops, those stupid little cosmetic places where the girls run out and want to put cream on your arm and that kind of shit, for the sea salt, and, they run out. There's a high turnover rate in motorcycle taxis is because they might find out, hey, I'm not making all that much money and I'm working my ass off. I can go work somewhere else. I might not make as much money, but I'm only working, 2/3 of the time. So, that's what's going on here. Besides the fact that they're starting to let the Chinese in, which I think we've talked about already, but the big news is with Trump and figuring out what's going to happen with him. Especially since he's on his way over to Walter Reed. Let me see something here. Enable live chat. Okay. So anyway, like I said, tomorrow is somebody's doing something here. Maybe my wife is in cleaning mode. She gets in that mode sometimes. Today is Saturday. Tomorrow is Sunday. And Sunday, I'm going to CASHAPP. Because I figured I want to do it because it's on the weekend. And it was either that or going to the snake place. And I don't feel like going to the snake place. Because, that area is just... It's crammed full of people. And even getting there is a bit of a pain. Whereas for me to go to CASHAPP is pretty easy. And I was thinking about stopping and getting some film because I'm running out of film. I only got one roll. I think this is all I got left. Yeah, I got one roll. If they get in that mode, don't stop them. Which mode is that? The mode where they're trying to get more money out of you? Or the cleaning mode? That's what I think you're talking about. Yeah, I don't step in. There's no reason to at this point. I'm not going to step in and, oh, you got to stop cleaning now. No, go for it. She gets in the cleaning mode. She gets in the, do the laundry mode. And when she gets in the cooking mode. Once she gets in that mode, yeah, I know better than to get involved. You need some help? No, get out of my kitchen. Just get out of the kitchen. You're in the way. I did talk to Mr. Tom yesterday, who was supposed to send me some photos of his room, and he said, it's a basic room. It's, I guess it's a 3-star place. He said it was one of the cheapest places, and he says he's fine, but much like Dre, he's really not doing much. He's sitting there watching TV, going on the internet, doing what he wants to do online, and that's it. And he's stuck. And he did say that he's supposed to check his temperature. No, I have not fired him because I told him, I said, hey, I gave him a warning. I said, if you forget again to make that coffee, I'm going to fire you. And I think I said before that what he said was, he first laughed. And then I said, do you think it's really good to get fired? You really want to get fired from this? I go, you've been doing it a long time, and most of the time you do a good job, but you really want to get fired? And then he was like, thought about it and went, no. So, this morning he made my coffee. That's what I'm drinking right now. He's awake. I might have to message him and say, can you make me another cup? I couldn't remember if it was 2 times a day or 3 times a day. But 2 times a day, but it's the honor system. Is that correct, Dre? Is that how it is for you? It's the honor system, which, again, yeah, and on the 3rd day, apparently, on day 3, they come in, suited up, and they give you the test. But when you're taking your temperature, it's on an honor system. So if you have a temperature and you don't say anything, oh, okay, so it's different for you. In his place, he said it's just the honor system. You just record twice a day at a certain time what your temperature is, and that's it. But when the COVID test, wow, that's weird that they're doing it differently. Because he said his is on the 3rd day, and then he'll get one when he leaves. So I don't understand it. I don't think anybody understands it. And this is the issue around the world, is that I think that some of the problems are related to the government not having standardized procedures. 6th day. Wow. I wonder why he's getting his on the 3rd and you're getting yours on the 6th. He said something about a particular test. It wasn't the rapid test. And I don't know which one you took at home, Dre, before you left, the COVID test, but there's a certain type of test that you need to take. Yeah. And that one supposedly takes a little bit longer to get the results. The rapid one you get like in 30 minutes. The other one, it can take a couple of days, even more than the 3 days, which is a bit of a headache for people. Listen, before I forget, where's my little book at? Do I have it? Oh, maybe it's on here. What is this? I got all kinds of messages. Chat used to be, this is from Steve. You should just come into the chat, Steve. Used to be the Center for Illegal Wildlife Trade. I wonder if anything has changed. No. Now, could I go and find stuff easily? I don't think it's as easy as it used to be. But I know that there are parrots and things like that you can find pretty easily, and a lot of those you're not supposed to be buying and selling. But there are animals there, and they don't particularly like you filming in that area. So that's probably why. It's like, wait a minute, I'm a tourist. I'm a tourist. I just want to see your beautiful Chatuchak market. They don't really care. They're probably not going to make a stink unless you're right on top of it. But I've had some people say things to me before. Yeah, the big one up the nose is supposed to be the more accurate one. But it takes longer to get the results. I mean, at Chatuchak, I don't know if you guys remember, there's that place that has the big crocodile head, the massive crocodile head outside of it. And, that crocodile had to come from somewhere. Maybe it came from the crocodile farm. I don't know. Let me get back to what I was going to say. Where's it at here? Groceries. I have so many notes. I have a list on top of lists. Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember everything. Anyway, listen, if you would do me a favor, I'd appreciate it if you leave a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, if you're lurking in the background and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing so you get notified. Click that notification bell when the stream is over. Leave a comment, whatever. Whatever it might be, leave a comment. I am still working on the Kanchanaburi and the train trip. I'm not sure where yet. I am still working on that, but I'm also working on the gallery that I've talked about. I'm working on getting all my photos right for my website, and helping out my buddy there, and trying to get things squared away so that things work well on his end. So that's another thing. That's another thing I got going on, and that starts on October 15th. Let me pull up his Instagram, which is, it seems, where most people go now to see photos or to see stuff, to get his information. Yeah, I'm definitely against the protected animals being hunted, being sold. I'm totally against that shit. And the canned hunting, I'm against that. But the one thing is you got to remember that most of the people that are doing the hunting are living in poverty, and they're not sure of how to go about getting ahead and to be able to make money that's going to help them and their families survive, which is a big deal, not only here but in the whole African continent. That's why they hunt. You give them a way to make money, and the people that are doing the hunting, they'll go by the wayside, and the heads of the organizations that are dealing in this illegal wildlife trade, they'll go find somebody else who needs the money. So poverty is a motivator, obviously. Let me see something else here. There was a photographer. He used to live here in Thailand. His name is Patrick Brown. And I've talked about this before, but he had a great... let me see if I can come up with this. He had a great... he spent a lot of time on this... documenting Asia's illegal animal trade. And, a lot of it comes from China. That's the way it is. And then it goes through Vietnam. Let me see if I can put this up here. It's called Documenting Asia's Illegal Animal Trade. Trading to Extinction. I always like giving him a little promotion, because it was a 10-year project that this guy did. 10-year project, and pretty much all film cameras, although he did use some stuff for undercover footage, like video. I mean, it's on Vice. That's a Vice magazine. That was on Vice, that video. and he got a lot of notice for it. But I guess there were some problems putting his book together, and finally the book got done. And he's a great photographer, and I don't think he's in Thailand anymore. I think he's married and living in France or somewhere. A lot of people have left. A lot of photographers that I know or know of have left now. And they've left, actually, they were actually pretty smart. They left, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. They saw the writing on the wall, I guess. But yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So I'll keep an eye out for it when I go there. I'll walk through the animal section of CASHAPP, but I'm looking forward to going there just because I haven't been there since probably since I've been there with my mother. Yeah, well, they don't care. That's the thing. The people in governments don't really seem to care as much about their people, the people that either elected them or the people that that they govern, as much as they give a shit about themselves. Well, yeah, clean shaven for now. Hopefully in the next week or so, I'll be going to Kanchanaburi, and then after that, I'll figure out something else. I don't know if it's going to be the train trip or something, but I want to do something, go somewhere, go stir crazy. Maybe the dam is like flushing a toilet. Well, not to sound cold and, black-hearted, but yeah, maybe that's true. But, they have ruined the area where that, the area of the dam, the areas. And what, just, I have to say, what doesn't the Thai government, oops, slip of the tongue, the Chinese government, what don't they touch that goes to shit? Because damn near everything I see them handle goes to shit. And I got to say, I saw an article, a video yesterday. It was on the South China Morning Post, which is owned partially by the, is that what it is? Is it owned, or how is it controlled? Or I forget what it is. Let me see. But they got this guy on there that supposedly is very pro-Beijing. Yeah, it's owned by Alibaba. Okay, so yeah, there's a heavy Chinese government influence. Let's see here. Alibaba ownership. Alibaba's ownership of the South China Morning Post led to concerns that the newspaper would become a mouthpiece of Central People's Government. Among the possible motives of Alibaba acquisition was to make media coverage of China fair and accurate, and not in the optic of Western news outlets. Alibaba said that the newspaper's editorial independence would be upheld. However, I will say that that's bullshit. Okay? Yeah, I mean, the Mekong itself, that in itself is much different than before they put that dam up. But let me get to this. Let me see if I can find this this article, this video rather, because what they were saying was that the editorial by this particular person of the South China Morning Post, was saying that why do people say that the Australians in Hong Kong, are Australians really unsafe in Hong Kong? And I watched this video. I'm going to put the link up to it right now because I found it. Okay, now that's it right there. And the article, the video, sorry, are Australians really unsafe in Hong Kong? And this guy is saying, oh, in Hong Kong, this is Hong Kong. Why would they be unsafe? You know, they can speak their mind and they can do this and they can do that. And it's like, wait a minute. Right now, Hong Kong is under China more than it was before. You can say whatever you want. They are under their thumb. And so this guy is pushing that, oh, no, nobody has to worry about anything. Well, listen, I'm worried. I won't go back there. I will not go back to Hong Kong or China. I think the Hong Kong people, the majority of them, are good people. They would never hurt Australians. You know, they wouldn't go out of their way to hurt Australians or anybody else for that matter. I think it's the Chinese government who they want to protect their interests. They're going to do whatever they have to do, which means stifling Australian journalists, Australian workers, whoever it might be. They will do that. So I don't understand where this came from, but I just saw it pop up and I thought it was a good thing to look into. I can't look on Alibaba. I don't want to look on Shopee. I don't want to look at Lazada. My mother told me she was making Chinese food the other day, and I was like, what? How dare you? It's blasphemy. Cannot make Chinese food. She's like, well, you know, the thing is it's not really, it's a Chinese dish, but it's made by me. And it is good. It was mushu chicken or something, which is really, really good. And same with the egg foo young. Those are two of my favorite Chinese dishes. But, you know, that's about how harsh I've got. Just because, you know what it is? After a while, it's like, okay, so when are you going to draw the line and say, listen, we know how these people are. We know how the people in the government run their government. When is it going to stop? Is it ever going to stop? And guess what? There are people, not me. I keep my opinions to myself. Like I always say, you know, I don't talk about politics here in Thailand because I can't vote. And what I say doesn't matter. I have strong opinions about what goes on here. You can deduce for yourself what they are. But because, you know, I know how things are here. You watch what you say. You know. Now, I will say this. I've been saying for a long time that, you know, 10 years ago, whatever, I was talking about 12 years ago, something like that. I was talking about how times in Thailand are changing, and people were telling me, no, they're not, no, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, yeah, I understand, you know, it's an opinion. And I thought that they were headed towards a Singapore model. I don't think that anymore. And I've kind of been trying to, you know, give them the benefit of the doubt and saying Singapore/China model. Now I'm just saying more like the China model. And I don't know if it's because of some influence from, you know, from the Chinese government or what it is. Yeah. Well, I mean, I wonder how would you feel? Let me just tell you something. If my kids were working in Phuket and they had to work with Chinese tourists from Wuhan, I'd be like, find another job. You know, find another job. Go get another job. Well, maybe. You know, maybe. But, you know, I'm not going to live the way that the Chinese live. It's not going to happen. I'd sooner shoot myself in the head. I understand, and I think it's a shame. That's about the best way for me to put it. I think it's a shame, and I think it's a shame that if I really wanted to go back to China, I'd have to take a huge risk, because somebody, just one person, would need to say something to the right person, and it would be my ass. They would, at the very least, they would make my life miserable for a day or 2 days. You know, they'd make me wonder. Yeah, well, I mean, when are we going to wake up? When are we going to wake up? Like, I'm all for, hey, listen, if you can't verify everything about a person in the United States who comes from China, if they haven't been there for many, many years and, they haven't exhibited any tendencies towards the CCP, okay, then maybe they can stay. But the rest of them, they're gone. They've been there for 6 months. I'm sorry, you're out. It's save the United States. Well, this is the thing. I don't want to go to China now after I've seen what... First of all, I would have went back to Hong Kong. I wanted to go back to Hong Kong. Fuck that reciprocity. I can't even say the word. Reciprocate. Reciprocity. They should reciprocate. And I don't think so. I think at this point, the gloves are off, man. It's time. It's enough already. With the TikTok and the this and the that and the, it's like, oh, well, we're gonna see, and fuck that. Well, that's fine. But if they've already given, the thing is that the Chinese are pissed off. The Chinese government's pissed off because Australia issued a warning saying you need to understand that if you go to China, there's a chance you could be apprehended. The same thing with the United States. So why are you going to go there? Oh, I'm going to go and see China. I'm going to go see the Great Wall. Listen, the Great Wall, if you see it, you see it. It's a wall. That's all it is. And, it's a very long wall. Yeah, the whole world should be. But, the thing is that the CCP, it's going to take some time, I think. It's going to take some gradual moves. And the Chinese government, they're not entirely stupid. They know what the world is doing. They know that they may be pulling back, and, like Japan. But at this point, I don't ever want to go back to China, I went there. I took 2 trips there. 2 or 3. No, 2. I took 2. Yeah, they think we can be best buddies. Let's see how that works out. And this is what's concerning. If they do take over, if the Dems do win the presidency and then they win the Senate, they hold the Senate. I think the United States is in deep shit. They're in deep doo-doo, man. Let's just keep spending. We'll be okay. We'll give more money to the states, and the governor can screw things up even more than they have already. And the thing is that when I talk about this, I'm flabbergasted. I don't know what to say. I mean, even when Jono and I were talking yesterday about all this shit that's going down, and then on top of that, the President of the United States gets infected with the COVID. We're like, we're at a loss for words, both of us. He was the one who said it first. I was like, yeah, I know. Well, what am I going to say? What are we going to say? Yeah, it's a shitty year. Listen, you turn this whole world into another China, and watch where the world goes. People, you think there's a lot of suicides now? I'll be one of them, because I'm not going to be listening to some Chinese guy telling me what to do. You know what I mean? It's bad enough I go to immigration. I don't even remember at this point what you're talking about. Short-term memory is gone. What I found was interesting is that the president announced that he was infected and tested positive, and then the very next day, He's exhibiting mild symptoms. So the thing is they tracked it back. They went back a couple of days and they noticed how he was acting, like on the plane when he fell asleep, which is unusual for him. That doesn't necessarily mean anything, but he was lethargic. You know, for all I know, I could have it. I don't know. You know, you like that, Gennaro. But that's so untrue, though. And I'm a perfect example of it. Money too much means I don't have to do shit. I got so much money, I can just do everything I feel like doing and want to do, not what I feel like I need to do in order to prosper and survive. Hello, Hong Kong. We were just talking about the recent South China Morning Post video asking or talking about, and this is the chief news editor, Yondin Latu, who was asking the question of, are Australians really unsafe in Hong Kong? Yes, they are. That's my answer. And he says, no, they're not. Well, that's wonderful, Reinhardt. I'm happy you like to give her foot massages. I'm not sure how that relates to anything we're talking about, but, you know. There's a lot of things I like to do, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it doesn't necessarily mean anything important. You know what? I reply back, no money too much. If so, I would have picked the other girl. I prefer... I'm not even going to go there. Listen, I like getting foot massages. Do I particularly like giving them? No, I don't particularly, because my hands are thrashed. So, you know, it's good that somebody likes doing that. Make your lady happy. That's wonderful. Why you say that? You love her more than me? Gennaro. I think you've been away from Thailand far too long. Now listen, here's the deal. Thank you to all my Patreon patrons. And thank you to those... That's not going to work. Thank you to those people who are members of my website and also members of YouTube. CASHAPP or Apple Money method of contributing. Or you just go to, Amazon. At the Amazon shop. Or you buy a book or a t-shirt or something like that. That's how you can help the channel. That's how you can help me to keep making videos. I got a video coming up. I'm going to try to get it up tonight. Might not be until tomorrow. Fee. Oh, yeah, fee. Listen, nothing's free. Nothing is ever completely free. I'm not going to say it. There was something I was going to bring out, but I can't let it out. It's a little too personal, too private. Anyway, check it out. Leave a thumbs up. Share, all that good stuff. Sharing is caring. Where am I at here? Where am I? Does this tell me? I'm looking at their new... Longhorns, you love me long time, mock. What? Long time mock. You up high, wifey. Nah, they would say something like, maybe you marry with me. I think maybe you marry with me. How do I fix the video resolution here? I thought I had it all set perfectly and everything was great. You think if you stand directly in front of the door, you'll be a floating head. The shirt blends in. Yeah, I'll be another Mr. Potato Head. Just what I want to be. Bullet Head. Let's see. Yeah, I don't understand what's going on here with the resolution. Well, that's much better. It's only at 480. That's something's not right. I don't know. Yeah, I know, but it shouldn't be that. It should be 720, and I'm just wondering why that's how it is. Maybe I can figure it out. General output, encoder, video. Just 1280 by 720. Oh shit! Here it is right here. Output scaled resolution 853 by 480. So yeah. So in other words, I can't do a thing until there's nothing I can do about it right now. I'd have to shut the stream off and then go back, which is a shame. I didn't see that. I haven't used my, what is this thing called? OBS Studio. I haven't used it in a while. Kakabarazzi, estimated cost of trip 10 grand per person. No, I don't think it's 10 grand a person. I think it's more like 12,000 for both of us. It's expensive and it's dangerous. And it's a month-long trip. And we would be miserable. So you guys would probably be happy if I was streaming. If I could stream or make video, you guys would probably be loving it. There's still part of me, I want to do it. I got that in me where I want to do it. And I go through these phases where I'm like, hey, listen, why don't you just acknowledge you're an old man? You need to remember that. And you need to remember that you have responsibilities, you have a family, and there are certain things that you should do and you shouldn't do. I'd like to go on some kayaking expedition. Doesn't necessarily mean that I have to do it. And I have to remember that. I have to remind myself. Could we do it? Do I really think we'd have a chance to do it? I think the chance would be small that we could succeed. Although, money makes it much easier to do it. Now, if we had a bunch of porters and we had plenty of time and it was at the right time, I think there's a chance we could do it with a little luck. We don't get bit by a poisonous snake. We don't step on some massive punji stick. No, we're not talking about going to the summit. Are you kidding? It's not a summit kind of thing. Not for us. We're not mountain climbers, Gennaro. And if you really want to see that, I suggest you go ahead and go for it because I think you probably don't have a clue of what's involved. Let me just see if I can find something real quick here. Let's see here. Let me see. What the hell is it called? Kaka. Here we go. Kakabarazzi Mountain, Myanmar. Here we go. Asia's forgotten mountain. Expert climbers attempt grueling ascent. No, that's not it. Where is the whole thing? Dangerous trek. Where's it at? I wonder if this is it. Let me see. I'm going to have to turn this down, though. Yeah, sound is down. All right, what is this? 57 seconds. Oh, it's a commercial. Let me see here. Oh, that's not going to happen. Johnny, I am just way too hairy for that. I'm sorry. Oh, wait, this is the bridge I'm talking about. Oh, wait a minute. Let me just start it a little bit earlier. Let me see here. I can give you the exact spot. There we go. Watch about 10 seconds, 15 seconds of this. Oh, this is the chick who's all screwed up. All right, let me share it here. You can start it right here. It's only a 6 minute and 54-second video. I'll tell you what. I'd rather do the cacaparazzi than do the body wax. You do not want to see me getting stripped of body wax. Stripped of hair, body hair with wax. That's just nasty. I don't want to see me getting stripped of my body hair with wax. I barely want to see myself, period. But anyway, yeah, watch that right there. Watch about 20, 30 seconds of that. And that is the bridge that I was talking about. I'd be happy just to get to that bridge, to be honest. Let's see here. It says they went 430 miles by bus, 190 miles by boat, 250 miles by train, 170 miles by plane, 68 miles by motorbike, and 125 miles by foot. Listen. Yeah, well, listen, that's a hell of a trip. That would take some research, some real research. I mean, I've done the perfunctory research, and I've got into it a little bit as far as price goes and things like that. I don't even know if that area is open at the moment because, it was closed for a while. And it's I guarantee you it's closed now. It's closed to foreigners. You're not going to be getting in there. Maybe next year, something like that. But, I mean, that's a hell of a trip, man. That's not something that is for, that's like something I need to get in better shape for. I really need to work hard, which that's fine. I say that now, but, there will be days when I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Where is this asshole that was back there before? Oh, no wonder. Just fucking jerk off. Hang on a second there, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Let me see something here. Oh, God. All right, let me see here. Pretty funny that this guy comes in and changes his ID, and I know who the guy is. I've met him before. Dude, you didn't have to do that. You could have just told me who you were, Reinhard. That is a trip of a lifetime, and you know what? I mean, I'm getting to that point where, the trip of a lifetime has to happen already. Whether it's to someplace in Africa or whether it's Cacaparazzi or, wherever it is. I said it a long time ago. You got 40 years left. Hang on here. What is this? You got 40 years left in your life, let's say, and you know that the last 10 years of your life, you probably are not going to be physically capable. So you got 30 years left, and maybe it takes you 10 years to get set up for something. 5 years, so you got a lot less time than you think, which is why, say what you will, but I mean, I've been a lot of places and done a lot of things, and the reason is because I try not to let anything stand in my way. Um, you know, you're gonna go, you go, you try. Um, you know, I'm all for that, but one thing that we are forgetting about is that it's still a pain in the ass to get around in the world. Talking about Mount Kilimanjaro. Um, how hard will it be to climb Kilimanjaro in Tanzania? Less than 50% of people who attempt Kilimanjaro fail to reach the summit, but we have Kilimanjaro's #1 guide working for us, which makes a difference. If you decide to climb Kilimanjaro, you need to think about a range of different things in place to be successful. How many days? 8 days gives you the best chance. How far do you need to walk on the... Okay, how far do you walk on the 7th day? How far are you walking to ascend? 15,912 feet. Okay. Training advice for climbing. What gear do I need? Is it steep? Okay. 6 to 10 hours a week of training to get up there. We can't do that off the sofa, in other words. I think I would. I think I could do that. I'm willing to do that. Listen, that's somewhere I'd like to go, and it's something I'd like to do. Now, the next thing is, the cost, and I know that the cost to fly to Tanzania is around $1,000, or it was. I don't know about anything else. The one thing you got to think about is um, if you need extra money for any kind of any tea money, that you have the money. And I'd say you listen. I know it's too much, but you say you want at least an extra 500. And Africa's not the kind of place where you can get around and it's cheap. And then you got to have some gear. So I'd have to look in it. I stumbled onto this one page that supposedly has a lot of good information, but I'll look into it more. There's always stuff to do, but for now, it's one thing at a time. Let's think about Chatuchak tomorrow. Chatuchak tomorrow, and then Kanchanaburi, and my kids are not going to be able to go, which I'm bummed out about. Not even one of them. The wife's not going to go because she's working. She don't want to go there. One of them might go. And I almost feel like, the last time I went to the Hellfire Pass, I'd be better served just to go to Kanchanaburi. So... Maybe start off as an arborist. An arborist. I don't know. Tree climbing. No, that's not going to happen either. Start off as an arborist. Oh, no. It's not going to happen. You know, my tree climbing abilities used to be quite good. Now, I don't think so. I don't want to put my life on the line climbing trees. Although, if you're in Tanzania, you know, you might have to run up a tree. We're back to waxing. No, that's not going to happen either. Waxing's not going to happen. So, like I said, Chatuchak, Kanchanaburi, and then some kind of a trip somewhere, I don't know where, somewhere to the south of Thailand, somewhere to Nan or somewhere like that. I don't know. But, you know, it's all about timing and money. It's always about money. If I can't afford to go there, then I'm not going anywhere. Timing, money, the time that I'm going to need to spend while I'm there, and, you know, how beneficial it'll be. Will people really enjoy it? You know, there's some places I'd like to go. Like, you know, I've thought about going to the airplane, what is it? The Airplane Museum here in Thailand. And I don't go because I just don't think it's going to be that interesting for if I'm streaming it. Or even if I do a video. It's like, listen, you go there, you walk around the hangar, you look at some planes, and you go, wow, this is really cool. But there's no continual interaction and funness or hilarity or anything like that. It's a kind of a flatline place, in my opinion. And that's the kind of thing where I'm looking for. I'm looking for the, you know, you go into like, the reason that Klong Toi is so good, besides the fact that it shows people and how they live and it gives you some perspective, it's because you come across one guy and he's one way. All right, Longhorns. You come across somebody and they're one way. You walk down a little ways and it's some old lady and she's completely a different kind of person. And you're coming across all these different people. 99% of them are friendly. And they want to interact with you. So that's the kind of thing I'm always looking for now. Or I'm trying to find that excites me a little bit, you know, keeps me happy. There needs to be a little bit of surprise. It doesn't always have to be dangerous. I don't have to be getting shot at for me to have fun. You know. I'll tell you, you know, I had a good time. It's good looking back. When I went to Koh Chang a couple years ago, and I went on the zip line to go down, and I got stuck on one spot, and I fell, and the zip line went right up my crack. Now I can laugh about it. In the video, I can laugh about it. When it was happening, it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun at all. But, you know, those kind of things. Big fun, big fun. Let me see something here. Yeah. Anyway. Maybe an encounter with a monitor lizard. Have I not shown enough monitor lizards, Gennaro? Seriously. You know, one of the videos that I'm working on right now is just a video of in the mall there of the people walking around this particular food event, and the other one is well, if I really wanted dangerous, I'd go to Indonesia and get a shot of a Komodo. Those are dangerous. The monitor lizards are dangerous, but the chance of them actually eating you, that's probably not going to happen. You'd go through some hell for a while because of the toxicity of their mouth, and you know, they're looking to get away from you most of the time. They're not looking to go after you. You know. And I think we've seen that in several of the encounters that I've had. maybe an encounter. Well, I understand what you mean. I mean, and it is something that you're kind of you're gonna take back to your room one of the lady. I didn't know there are no lady boys at the Starbucks where I go. Not the one on the ground floor. There are none. Now I did notice that they brought the little guy back. He's just a little guy. He's like like 4'10", and he looks like he's 19, but he's probably 30. And he runs around and he's cleaning everything. I mean, he's like he's a little dynamo. He's constantly running around cleaning up things. He's back now. He hadn't been there in quite some time. So who knows? He could have been in school. He could have been at another place. But, somebody was asking, and they generally do not allow the lady boys to, I've never seen it to where they allow the lady boys to be taking the money and working with the customers, talking to the customers. No matter what stage they're at. It doesn't really matter. They're always the person who does the cleanup. They're an assistant, a helper. That's all they are. And maybe that's, who knows why. I'm not going to put that out there, but that's what they do. I can't believe that Starbucks is such an intricate part of my my streams. And one of the things I was thinking the other day is that, wow, I'm at Starbucks, and not that I'm butthurt or anything like that, because I'm not. But it says a lot about men when I come on here and I do all kinds of things and I talk about all kinds of subjects, and I try to at least have something interesting going on most of the time, whether it's in conversation or otherwise. And most of the time, what people care about most are women, the men. If I had three hunks standing behind me with showing their abs, and they were handsome, and I was talking to them, maybe I'd have more women watching my channel. I don't know. But when it comes to the women, I mean, let's be honest. Most of the time I'm walking around, if I see a good-looking woman, I show it, and people drool. This is what they're after. They're not after... They like, oh, you're in Thailand. Oh, really? Oh, you're going to Chinatown. Oh, look at that over there. Beautiful cone. Oh, God. Maybe I'm a little bit hurt. You guys don't like me for me. You like me for the girls I throw in front of the camera. I'm going to have to go down to Pattaya or something and, sit there with a couple of them. Have a little conversation. Hello, you want to see my friends? You look in the camera. Say hello to my friend. Say hello to my little friends. How much money you make? How much money you give me? I go on your stream. How much money you give me? I give you nothing. I give you a drink. Here, you got a drink. No, it's not enough. I know you big money. You give me 10,000 baht, okay? And I sit in your stream. If I wanted to pay 10,000 baht, I could get some Thai model to be in a stream for 2 hours. 10, 15,000. You know what I mean? If I had that kind of money, I would do it. Because, I got a couple in mind, a couple of models that I'd love to have on my stream. I'd have to go somewhere with them and talk to them, and it'd have to be, fairly alone because you don't want a crowd gathering or anything like that. But, what's the matter? What, I'm not sexy? Come on. Listen, I hate to tell you, but most guys get up to their 50s, the majority are not what you would deem sexy. And now, considering I'm nearing 60, I don't even think of myself in that same vein anymore. Believe me, I don't think she's looking at me. I think if any of them are interested, it's because they're like, he's older, he's probably got money. That's about the only thing I would think. Johnny Siam, I mean, really, do you think that young little 22-year-old girls are running around Australia looking at you going, see that old guy? Bet you he's got a nice saggy ass on him. too sexy for me. Somehow I don't think that that's what they're doing, you know. Here in Thailand, they're going, oh, you papa, you say my grandfather. That's what they're doing here. Unless, you know, they're out in the bar. Then it's like, all right, you know. Well, you missed all the fun, Soy Dog Cowboy. Come on. I hate to break it to you guys, but, you know, it does happen. Are you serious? Holy sheep shit. Wow. So the whole frickin' White House is starting to test positive. And I don't know if you saw, but you know they ran the stimulus package through the House and it passed. Didn't pass by much though, but it did pass. And now, where's it at here? Let me see here. Pelosi. Where's it at here? She's saying that she anticipates reaching an economic relief deal with Mnuchin because the Trump diagnosis changes the dynamic. Now, I don't know how it changes the dynamic in relation to her and people just giving in and saying, okay, we're going to give in and give you the money for your marijuana and your this and your that she wants. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a lot of people around him. And, you know, listen, just because Biden tested negative now doesn't mean he's going to test negative tomorrow or in a few days. Right now, I don't think it has any effect, aside from the campaigning for Trump. But it may, you know, if he gets worse, this is a real, you know. Listen, first of all, they need to get that stimulus package done for a number of reasons. Because the image of the United States is extremely tarnished right now for many, many reasons. And one of them, you know, besides the fact that supposedly they haven't taken good care of the people during this COVID and that, you know, they could have handled the situation better. You got all these other countries that are taking care of their people, and you got supposedly the richest country in the world that, because of the political infighting, they can't get a deal done. They need to get the fucking thing done. Or, you know, there's going to be people, there's going to be, how many airplane industry people were laid off? 30,000? 45,000. About 40,000. I'm not sure. It depends on who you believe. It's anywhere from 30 to 45,000. Tarnished, that's an understatement. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, listen, I'll be honest. When I think of Australia, I used to think, you know, of shrimp on the Barbie and all that, koala bears and all that, and, you know, little Australian girls, you know, because I met a couple in the U.S., and they were very nice, you know, and they had the accent, and, you know, at least one or two of them were pretty hot. And now I think about the government and how restrictive it is. When I think of the United States, you know, I used to be, you know, perhaps I was a little bit of a wide-eyed kid when I was there, but I used to think, wow, anything is possible here, and freedom, and, you know, all these things that the United States are known for. Now I look at it as a place where the government will do anything to keep power, and they don't care about the people. They don't give two shits about the people. Yeah, I saw that about Disney. So there you have a large number. You have, 60,000, 70,000 people laid off. And, here's what I don't understand, okay? And I can only assume that it comes down to specifics. But Mnuchin came out with, I think it was 1.62 trillion. Now, they had this booster before, and that was 500,000. It was 1.5 and the 500,000 booster. That was the problem solvers caucus, that what they came up with. That's 2 trillion. Pelosi wants 2.2. I know it doesn't sound like much. I'm joking, but it's only 200 billion if you look at it that way. However, it's in the specifics of where all the money is going to that she doesn't like, and the United States, what was I going to say? The Republicans don't like. The White House and their team, Mnuchin and Meadows. So, one way or the other, they've got to come up with something. And this Pelosi, who refuses to capitulate at all, we came from 3.4 to 2.2. Come on, honey. This is about power. That's all it is. I'm saddened by it because, there's a lot of people in the United States, there's a lot of companies that are going to have problems because of this. And what they don't seem to realize is, okay, right now they're putting it off, and people are struggling. They're moving in with their family members so that they don't have to, they don't have to pay rent, so they can get their bills down. They're trying to get things extended or whatever. They're doing what they have to do. But wait another 6 months. Wait another 3 months. All those people, there's going to be lots of bankruptcies, lots of suicides. There's going to be all kinds of problems, and they're not thinking about it. There's going to be a higher crime rate because people are going to be stealing and committing crimes that they would normally never commit. I don't think people think about that. I don't think that the government is really taking that in consideration. It's like, hey, let's get it done. And by the way, why do you say you're not going to send the people from the House, you're not going to send the Congress people home, and you do it anyway? I don't like any of them. I'll be honest. I don't like anybody. I wish I didn't have to vote for anybody. But no choice is a choice, and I don't really like that choice, especially if it means letting the Democrats take over. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. That's putting it mildly. You listen, I'm not against the 2.2 trillion, but why is it that they don't include, why are they including some of the things that she wants? I mean, they're just fucking ridiculous, man. Well, let's hope so, but, between the Black Lives Matters and the political divisiveness and the other divisiveness taking place, the cultural divides in the country, I think this is a tipping point. It's Pelosi's 2.2 trillion, but she's got this thing. I think she's doing what she has to do to get everything for what she wants. And I think that, I understand what she's trying to do, but I think it's a mistake. And I think it's a mistake for Mnuchin to just stick where he's at and go, well, this is where we don't want to spend anymore. And not only him, but the Republicans in the Senate. And, I don't know that it wouldn't pass because that a bill like for the one that she's got out now, the 2.2, it still might pass because the Republicans don't have a commanding lead, and especially if they're not all voting. Well, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work. I mean, I'm trying to figure it out in my head. There's still a chance that this one will pass, but I don't see it happening. So, now you got Conway. What's next? Kayleigh McEnany? Yeah, listen, if you think that they didn't have some kind of forethought in this, I think you're sorely mistaken. I think you are overlooking a great factor, which is they want this. They want this turmoil because it benefits them. It keeps, I don't know. The thing is that, like, how could they really foresee such a large event happening? Do they really know what's going to happen? Of course, if you get a vaccine and the thing works, all this is for naught if they tried to do it. They just killed a bunch of people. They've already just killed a bunch of people. And I put it on the Chinese government for being idiots. And, there's still, in Wuhan, if you go there, there's still markets that are doing the same thing there. They don't care. They're going to do whatever they want. Well, look at it this way, Johnny. Half the time, you probably don't know really what the truth is. I don't remember who I was talking to about this, but there was somebody, and we were talking about how, maybe it was Jono, I don't know. We were talking about how, maybe it'll be this way. And I'm like, yeah, but you're not sure of that because you don't have the facts. And you're not sure about the other way either. So we really don't know about a lot of these things that are going on because we're not sure of anything. And maybe that's what they want. They want to sow confusion, Yeah, I'd say your time is running out. Anybody who is not married to a Thai or who doesn't work here or who doesn't isn't retired here. For now, if you're an American or you're a Canadian or you're from many other places, you got almost no chance of getting into Thailand this year. It's not going to happen. Chatuchak back in the 1980s would make Wuhan look like a petting zoo. I don't think so. Yeah, it was worse than it is now, and it's still not good in some places. You go in some places and you're like, oh God, they would never do this in America. But again, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Why do I have so many messages here? What's the deal here? Oh, what is this? Okay, I did see that the ATTA, what does that stand for? Association of, what is that? Association of Thai Travel Agents. That he was talking about how Thailand should scrap the quarantine and Europeans could benefit as well. Now, the thing is in Europe, there are lockdowns taking place right now or possibly happening shortly. He's urged the Thai government to ditch the quarantine entirely by December for the less risky groups. Now, that's not going to be Americans. I'll tell you that right now. That's not going to happen. What is this here? You had to be there. I was here almost 26 years ago, Stephen, and I don't remember it being that bad. I mean, it was bad, but it's bad now in some places. It depends on where you go in the market, and But yeah, it was worse. I don't know, but it's like Wuhan, though. I mean, if you just go to Khlong Toei Market now, that looks similar to what you see in Wuhan, in my opinion. I have to say that. I have to issue that caveat. Cambodia is only open if you're willing to pay $3,000 as a deposit and take a test, and there's guidelines, but you put the deposit down and you get back like $2,600, so it's not that bad. And I actually know somebody who is considering moving there from Thailand because they're sick of Thailand. They're sick of what's going on here, and they're like, I want to get out. So I don't know what he would do there, and it's been a little while since I looked to see what's happening, but time will reveal all. That's how it works. What is this? Not long term. Well, let me tell you the whole deal here. I'll give you the specifics. As noted by Rosie Fitzgerald, that's her name. North America, South America, Asia, Cambodia, Kampuchea. Travelers from all countries can now enter Cambodia, but must have a certificate no older than 72 hours to prove they are COVID-19 free, have proof of insurance that includes a minimum of $50,000 for medical coverage, and have a visa before arrival. Cambodia has introduced a $3,000 US dollar deposit for the COVID-19 service. Fees will be deducted for the test and overnight stay in a waiting center, plus meals at the waiting center. The remainder will be paid back. If you test positive, you will have to self-isolate for 14 days at a government facility. If you test negative, you will need to self-isolate at your accommodation. From 24th of July, Cambodia is exempt from the FCO advice against all non-essential international travel. So you're still supposed to self-isolate at your own accommodation. I didn't even see that the last time. Yeah, let me see about this here. The essential parts of this chief of the ATTA. The essential parts of his argument: tourism in Thailand has been completely devastated because of the lack of foreign tourists. The number of foreign tourists has gone from 40 million to effectively zero. Now is an appropriate time to open up to nationals from safe countries. If that is not done, even more tourist businesses are going to go to the wall. In other words, fail. Tourists from low-risk countries would not be infected, and it would be safe to allow them in. This could be accomplished with some practical control measures to guard against the spread of the virus, but perhaps most pertinent of his points was this assessment. He acknowledged that the special tourist visa scheme promoted by Tourist Minister Pipat Ratchakitprakarn and Tat Chief Yuttasak Sapason was a reasonable start, but it was only a start, only testing of the water. Most revenue from tourism comes from people who come for 7 days or less, and having a 14-day quarantine is pointless and not going to revive the tourism sector in any substantial way at all. So he has urged the Thai government to ditch quarantine entirely by December for less risky groups. Well, that would be nice, but I'm sorry, I don't see it happening. Costa Rica, Mexico. No, that's not going to happen, Johnny. They're not going to give us the same rights. When does that happen? And, say what you will about the dual pricing. But, that's a perfect example. They're not going to give us the same rights. It's not going to happen, Let me see here. Costa Rica. Where are we at here? All these guidelines. How about you just let the people in? Let them die when they die. Now, that's oversimplifying it, but where's Portugal? I was curious about Portugal. All but essential travel to mainland Portugal. North America, Central and South America. What did we say? Oh, this is Belize. Costa Rica. UK travelers are now allowed to visit Costa Rica. You will need a certificate to prove that you have a negative COVID test 72 hours before you depart. You also need to buy a specific Costa Rican insurance for the duration of your trip and complete an epidemiological form in advance. Well, dual pricing is not only government, unfortunately. It is mainly government, but there are a lot of places that when they see you coming, they will charge you more money simply because you're a foreigner. I mean, look at some of the tourist destinations, what is that that place with the water park? It's not a water park. It's like a... this is all in Spanish. Let's see what it is in English. This is just, you got to fill out some paperwork for your insurance. I don't know how much it is, though. I should fill everything out, but I don't feel like doing it. What else? What was the other one? Mexico. Mexico's still closed, isn't it? Where are the guidelines for Mexico? Mexico. Commercial flights are operating to and from Mexico, but you are advised to check with your travel company or airline before traveling. So there it is there. Yeah, again, Steven, I try to stay out of that shit. I understand what they're doing, and it's... this is the thing. Mind your... Here's what people should do. Mind your own... I was going to say this. Stay in your own lane. Worry about your own problems. And I know PETA, they've got their issues that are legitimate and everything that they're dealing with. But, what they try to do is drum up more problems so that they can continue to be in business. I've heard that then tuk-tuks and bar girls, there aren't scammers in Cambodia like there are in Thailand. I don't think there's as many people. I don't think it's quite as developed. And while tuk-tuks are generally pretty good, if they overcharge you, it's like by $1 or something like that. I don't mean, for me, it's like I'm going back and forth every day. That's the reason why I was complaining earlier about the motorbike. But if you're going somewhere and you leave a hotel and then you're going to go somewhere, they may charge you a little more money than, hey, it's up to you. It's not about the price. It's not about what the price is. It's about what you can negotiate. So that's very important to remember. As far as scammers go, there are scammers in Cambodia, but generally, they have that milk formula scam and stuff like that, but it's pretty low end. I don't know of any big scams other than, that involve the government there, maybe. Bill Stippian received his diagnosis Friday evening and was experiencing what one senior campaign official mild flu-like symptoms. Yeah. The whole White House, the entire White House is infected. live Trump coronavirus tracker on the New York Times. Leave it to them to have a tracker. The New York Times is just... I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. I don't want to get started. Right now, the president has a fever, congestion, and a cough, people close to him say, and he will be hospitalized for several days. He received a promising experimental drug to treat COVID-19 on Friday, according to a memo from his doctor. He looked tired. He declared that he's doing very well, suggesting he was visiting the hospital as a precaution. Well, we know that's a bunch of bullshit. He's doing that because he doesn't want to die. He wants to be sure that he gets treated. He has a low-grade fever, nasal congestion, and a cough, according to two people close to Mr. Trump. He was not planning to transfer his authority to Vice President Mike Pence, according to White House spokesperson Judd Deere. The president is charged. Mrs. Trump has reported mild symptoms. Trump is also taking the vitamin D, zinc, melatonin, a daily aspirin, and famotidine, an antacid. His condition upended the presidential race in an instant, inviting significant questions about Mr. Trump's cavalier attitude towards the pandemic and the future of his campaign just 32 days before the November 3rd election. I don't know if I would deem it as cavalier. I would deem it, he's tried to keep it to where he's not too excited about it. Cavalier, yeah, maybe. But for sure, you don't want to excite the whole United States and be like, "Oh my God, this is such a problem." I acknowledge it. We're up shit's creek without a paddle. You know. What happened to the 43? So just something. Pretty wild, everything that's going on. That's probably the best way I know how to put it. Pretty wild. This is the craziest year and the shittiest year in my life, I would say. I don't know if it's been the craziest personally, but craziest overall, yeah, definitely. So like watching Looney Tunes. Yeah. You know, what are you going to do? That's the thing. What are you going to do? You know, stock up on food. Stay inside as much as you can. Or stay away from people. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. And, you know, listen, I'd like to get tested to see, do I have any antibodies from this thing? Have I got it before and I don't know it? I mean, what's the deal? I was talking the other day about how I've had a headache. It's pretty much gone now, but I had a headache for like 2 weeks. And I felt really lethargic. I mean, I felt like, man, I don't feel like getting out of bed. And I didn't even think about, it might be the COVID. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. But it didn't do anything, whatever it was. Somehow I managed to get through it, and, you know. Well, you know what I find pretty funny is if you go back to some of the things that Trump has done 20, 30 years ago, and then you think, now he's our president. That's pretty crazy. You know, yeah, the Donald. People still remember that. Oh, they call him the Donald because of his old lady. And then the thing, think about all the chicks he's probably nailed. Experimental, even if they are working, it's all new. Yeah, well, what happens if he takes the... I saw something about people taking the vaccine, the experimental version, obviously, and they were complaining about the extreme symptoms for a day or two. They had really serious... I mean, some of them couldn't sleep. And they were like, man, am I going to die? Yeah, listen, I mean, at this point, I think the most important thing that he does is get better. That's all that's important. And also, my kids? No. My kids don't. My kids are not materialistic. They may have a few things that they want, but other than that, they have everything. All of their needs are taken care of. So, yeah, they're not asking me for a car. And if they did, they have their licenses, if the time comes that they do need one, or they really want one, well, if they really want one, they can get one themselves. Oh, God. Another guy who comes in here that he's never been in before, and he's got to put on his... Trump is just a Zion puppet. He broke and owed them money, and they control him. Yeah, okay. Dude, shut up. Okay? Don't come out with stupid comments. Please. I'm asking you nicely. This is the thing. You drive around in Bangkok. I mean, if you're not on a motorbike, on a motorbike, it's obviously very dangerous. If you have a car, you got to worry about somebody scratching the thing, nicking the thing, bumping the thing. I don't get it, really, why people have them. I have a friend here. Yeah, sure you have. I don't care how long you've been here. You never commented before. So you know what? Fuck off. You're gone. See you later. You're full of shit. I've been here since you had 500... Yeah, sure you have. And I've been... You know what? It's so funny. This guy came begging me to unban him. I don't know why he got banned. I haven't got a clue. I don't ever remember the guy, right? This guy comes back. He sends me emails. That's it. Leave me a thumbs down, dickwad. I hope you do. Yes, exactly. He's been malined. And it's a malin with an O, not an E. Sorry. But he emailed me, and he emailed me like 9 months ago. Hey, man, would you please consider letting me back in? I said, no. I don't know why you were banned, but I'm not going to unban you. Right? So what does he do? My father used to have a thing called Malin's Mallet, and it was for bashing the fish when they came in. You got a big fish, you whack it with Malin's Mallet, and then that's it. You throw it in the, it slows down dramatically, and you throw it into the fish thing, whatever the thing was called. There was a well, the fish well. What was I going to say? Anyway, so the guy comes in, and he's like, then he sends me a message like a month or so again. And... I admit, I was like, man, I'm sick of this guy fucking sending me a message. And he's trying to tell me, I didn't do that much, and I don't know why I don't know why I got banned. And I'm like, neither do I. I'm like, sorry, but no, And he's like, well, please, he's begging me. I said, okay, I tell you what. You get a membership for $10. And I'll let you out. Because he's telling me, I really have a lot to say. I want to join in the conversation. ER Jambo 87 or something like that. ER Jambo, like, jam. I think it was Jambo 87, something like that. I can find out what it is. You see all the thumbs down coming now because this asshole is the same guy. He's probably switching, like these fucking losers do. They switch their accounts from account to account to account to account, which is what's so funny is because most of them get taken off by YouTube afterwards. It's so funny because these dickwads keep interacting and they don't understand. I get the interaction and then, well, go ahead. Tell me, Jim. Anyway, let me finish. I tell the guy, listen, get a membership. And I'll consider, Then he tells me how he's saving money. He wants to retire here, and it's difficult for him, but he's gonna do it. So then I said to him, listen, get a membership. It's $9.99 a month. And so, it's raining now. So now, I start thinking about it, and I thought, you know what? I know I can be a bit of a prick sometimes. I can be difficult. And I said, I was thinking to myself, you know what? I'm going to let him back on just to see how he communicates in the chat. And does he communicate? Big Mountain Music Festival in KellyAnne coming up in November. Yeah, that's a good idea. If they have time, that's another thing. Now, Nicholas might be out of school. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out because I forget. Yeah, I need to talk to him. He's awake now, but I need to talk to him about this. So anyway, I was like, listen, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'll write him and I'll send him a message. And I talked to Jono about this. And listen, most of the time I'm quite reasonable. I just don't put up with any bullshit, and I don't want to hear their bullshit. It's like there's enough bullshit going on in the world without somebody else trying. Look at the thumbs down now. Yeah, keep giving them, you fucking cunt. It's probably one person. Let me tell you something. All the people watching are not clicking thumbs down, right at the same time within 10 seconds, 15 seconds. It's very easy to switch accounts on YouTube. All they do is go and hit switch account, and they copy the YouTube channel, or the video rather, the stream, and then they just click thumbs down. That's all they do. And it doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. That's the thing. But anyway, I wrote to the guy, hey, dude, you're coming over here. You're going to spend thousands of dollars, and you've got money to retire here, and you're telling me you can't afford $9.99. I said, think about that. I said, whatever. You know what? Here's the thing. You don't have to get the membership. You're unbanned. I unbanned him, right? At the very same moment, he signed up for a $3.99 membership. Okay? I didn't say anything. Didn't say, oh, it's not $9.99 like, I told you to, but whatever. I don't care. I was like, I told him free. I'm happy. The guy did not comment. This is a guy who begged me because he has so much to talk about and communicate in the chat that he has to be in the chat. Well, and he didn't comment one fucking time. And then he let the membership go again. So now he's unbanned. You understand? So this is the kind of people, this is the thing that I deal with on YouTube. So if you guys think I'm a bit of a prick sometimes, you should understand the context. And most people by now know about trolls and what kind of assholes they can be. But, I got a message from some cunt, and he's a big, fat, 400-pound Canadian cunt who was talking shit again about what a loser I am and what he's going to do to me and all these things and how he's going to come over here to Thailand this month. He ain't going to do a fucking thing. He's full of shit. This is the whole thing. I know all these people, they're full of shit. So this is the joy I get from YouTube. Let me see something here. There we go. See you later, alligator. Every time you're using the irony, love it when you say the C word. Yeah. I don't particularly like using that word. But look how many thumbs down I got now. Keep going. Keep going. Everybody who was a thumbs up, listen, I'm going to click thumbs down. Now, do you all feel better? God, what kind of a life do you have? Yeah, the Navy and Canadians, exactly. What kind of life do you have, man? Oh, God. And, I know it's a stereotype, but maybe some of these guys actually are living in a basement and, with their grandmother, and they have nothing to live for. Maybe that is true. Maybe I should feel sorry for them. There was one particular YouTuber who used to tell me, you know what I want to do? I want to turn those guys around and turn them into one of my best supporters. And to be honest, they don't have to be my supporter. I don't care. They can, or I'm not going to fight for it. I got to fight for everybody to love me. No, I'm not. It's not going to happen. You don't have to like me. If you don't like me, that's fine. Up to you. What am I going to do? I can't control how you feel about me. And I'm not going to kiss your ass either. So let's get it right out there. And listen, I'm sure Trump, what is this? Rate your satisfaction with the True call center. I had to call True yesterday because for some reason they wanted to. Clear is really good. Band within Lebanon has a good friend. Yeah, I'm not opposed to going there. I like Palmy. How old is she now? Palmy. Let me see here. Where is she? Eve Pancharan is known by her stage. She's 39? Oh, man. She's getting up there. Yeah, I like her. Well, I used to like her. I don't know about now, but look them up on YouTube and listen to them. Palmy is pretty good. Clear is good. I don't know about Pat or Lebanon. I'm still, listen, I don't change all that often, and I'm still listening to Loso and Sek Loso and Bird Tong Chai and Carabao and what's that one guy that I listen to? I can't even remember. I still listen to the same stuff. Big Ass. I saw Big Ass in concert once. I still listen to those places. Those people. Those groups. Let me see here. Carabao. I saw him in Udon Thani. God, that was 22 years ago or something like that. Yeah. That might be something I could do. I don't know. I kind of doubt my kids are going to be available, although maybe they are. We'll see. I never know what their schedule is until the day of or 1 or 2 days beforehand, Tom, where you go last night? Body Slam. Yeah, Body Slam, yeah. The thing, though, Jim, that would put me off from that is I don't want to be around a mass of people. Not because of the COVID, just because I don't want to be around a mass of people. That's why going to Chatuchak Market, for me, is a bit of a stretch, just because if I don't have a real good reason for going, I'm not going to go. You know what I mean? I like to be, that's why I like walking alone. I like going on the street somewhere and I walk by somebody and they're like, hey, hello, Swati. Bye. I'm gone. Exactly. I don't hate people. I just feel better when they're not around. And, by the way, thanks for the segue, Gennaro. There is a shirt available with my lovely face on it that says, Exactly that. I don't hate people. I just feel better when they're not around. Let me see something here. Lovely. Well, everybody in the White House seems to be having their share of problems. Let's see if I can do this. No, doesn't work. It is now raining outside. There's t-shirts. You can get that t-shirt right in there. I don't know where it is. Let me see if I can find it. Lovely shirt. I don't want to get another one, to be honest. I like them. That's probably my favorite shirt out of all the shirts. My father likes that shirt as well, which I was surprised to hear, but I think he has the same mentality. He wants to be to himself. He doesn't want people bugging him, telling him what he can do and cannot do. And I like the "Don't Bitch to Me" also. I like that one. Here we go. Let me see if I can do this. Never tried doing this. All right, this one is the "I Don't Hate People." It comes in a multitude of colors. Well, if that would be nice, Gennaro, thank you very much. Every little bit helps. More gasoline for the vehicle. All right, let's see if this one works. This is the "Don't Bitch to Me." Yeah, you know, this is something else that people, they don't usually talk about, or not in the chat at least. We don't talk about it very often, but you know, think about how many people are losing their jobs. Okay, send the shirt to your dad and let's see you get some really manscaping happening. Pleasure and pain. Johnny, it's not going to happen. I hate to tell you. Look, I got a hairy chest. There's no way. I got hairy arms. I got everything is hairy. Okay? I'm a hairy individual. I'm like a little bald gorilla. Okay? I kind of look like a little gorilla. My body type is like a gorilla. You know, maybe my head looks like a turtle with a gorilla's body. But I'm hairy like a gorilla. I'm not going through that bullshit. I don't want to be waxed. It ain't going to happen. I'm not going to be shaved. I know you enjoy saying it, bastard. There are people that like riling me up. Look at this. I got 30 thumbs up and 36 thumbs down. Can we get a hell yeah? Unbelievable. Yeah, listen, it doesn't matter. Just, you know, hopefully a couple of people will buy some of my prints when they go on sale in the middle of this month. And you know what? All you haters can kiss my ass. You remind me of, like, Bette Midler in The President. You know, I liked her as an actress. What was that movie she was in that was so good a long, long time ago? Was it The Rose or whatever? She was pretty good in that movie. Okay? And you know what? She's a talented performer. I'll give her that. But when it comes to her voicing her politics and, you know, her mouth, she's a hater. Been hating on the president ever since he found out that he had the virus. What kind of person does that? If you want to hate on me, though, it's okay. Go ahead. You need a midget to shave your ass. Well, you can find one. I'm sure you can find one here. You pay a little money, hey, the midget he'll stick his tongue up your ass if that's what you want. You know, there used to be one in front of that, what was the name of that little place? Right there on Sukhumvit? No. It ain't going to happen, Johnny. It ain't going to happen. What was it? There was a little guy, what the hell was the name of that place? Between Soy 5 and Soy 7. It's closed now. You used to have to go upstairs. It was on Sukhumvit Road. It was there forever. And you used to have to go upstairs to go into the bar. And there used to be this little guy. I don't know what they're called now. Little person, little guy. He was, he was about a third of my height. Perfect, probably the perfect size for you, Gennaro. This guy. And he used to sit out there in the front of. Yeah, I've heard that, and I believe it. I don't doubt it one bit. You know. But this little person, he used to sit out in front of, what the hell was the name of that place? I can't remember the name of it. I'm surprised nobody here knows it. Between Sukhumvit Soy 5 and Soy 7, you would go. It's on the side that's the same side of the beer garden, which is the left side if you're walking up Sukhumvit Road to the higher numbers. On the left side, there was a little place. No, this was a little tiny. Where's this coming from? There was a little tiny place. Damn it, I can't remember it. It really bothers me when I can't remember things. Yes, the side, not Nana. And you go up the second floor. It was right next to there used to be like a little hair salon, and there was a pharmacy, and then before that was the little bar. And it wasn't like the Dewdrop Inn, but it had a catchy little name. I can't remember the name of it. Let me see here. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find it. Speakeasy. The speakeasies. I don't know if this is it. This is not the kind of place that you're going to find as some fine dining place or something like that. I mean, I'm looking at rooftop bars and new bars, and it's that's not what it is. The Dewdrop Inn was the name of the business I had. Really? This is alternative rooftop bars. None of these are it. Wanderlust. No, none of these. No. I'm trying to figure out if I can. Where's my glasses? Museum, parks, to do. Learn, buy, stores, eat, cafe, budget. Oh, I think it was a hotel also. Let's see here. Maybe not. I don't know. These are restaurants. Bon Canita is a splurge. It's not that expensive. Drinks. Okay, here we go. Bullies, Champions, Cheap Charlies, The Crossbar, Gulliver's, The Londoner, The Office. No. None of these. Super Hip. No. Sleep. Atlanta Hotel. Budget hotel to sleep. Let's see what it says here. Atlanta never loses the quality of a Mirage, but the beds are solid enough. The rooms aren't in great condition. It's a long walk up to the third and fourth floors, and the cleaning staff have sticky fingers. Oh. But every time you walk into the grand lobby or take a dip in the overgrown jungle pool, you'll be glad you're there. And you've spent any time on Sukhumvit, you'll appreciate the no sex tourist sign up front. Rooms come with air conditioning. Other amenities include 2 computers with internet, a helpful travel desk, a decent restaurant, and plenty of room for left luggage. Yeah, I don't know what the name of this place is. I wonder if I can find it on the the Google Maps. Let's see here. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to take a look here. Maps, Google. Sukhumvit, Soy 5. All right, let's see here. Maybe I can find it this way. This is not it. Hey, you son of a bitch. Nana Plaza. Okay, landmark. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Here's Sukhumvit Soy 5. Let's zoom in. This is what these are good for. Paul Bespoke. Here's the beer garden. Here's Soy 5. All right, let me see the photo. I want to see photo you. No, you got satellite and map, and there's not really any photos. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe we can figure it out here. Jared, Blues Rock Dam, just 200 meters away. What? Willow Grove. Best fish and chip. Catchy name. Dewdrop in. Backtracking here. Let's see here. Oh, can I just reverse it here? Man, I love this thing. This is Sukhumvit Soy 5. All right. Massage and waxing. There you go. There's the waxing place. This is not Soy 5. That's like Soy 15. Freaking dummies. What is going on here? Sukhumvit Soy 5. Here we go. And that's Samut Bakan. Soy 5. Sukhumvit 5 Alley. Sukhumvit Soy 6. Well, let's see if this is it. I think we're a little bit more in the right area. Across from the landmark. I can't believe I can't remember the name of it, but it will drive me nuts. Soy 5, Soy 7, Soy 5 Alley. Okay, right here. All right. Okay, here is the, this is Soy 5. Let's go down the street and see if we, oh, they busted everything down. So yeah, it's not there. Let's see here. This is, man, it's all Lebanese stuff. And here's Soy 5. It's not over there. Wow, so it's gone. It's gone. Unbelievable. I'm looking now. They have smashed everything down between Soy 5 and Soy 7. Let's see here. They got Indian food, Barron's Fashions, Barron's Fashion. Yeah, an Indian restaurant. What the hell was the name of that place? There's something in. Anyway. That's what I'm doing. I'm going down. I went down the street walk. Street view. And they knocked the place down. You guys are sick, really. I know you have nothing to do right now because you're locked down and you can really not go very many places. But, you know, don't. I know that, you know, I do some things and it might look like I like being a glutton for punishment, but I'm not. I don't. All right. Here's the. See, this is the beer garden, but it's not the beer garden. It's the other way around. But let me see. Maybe it's farther down between Soy 3 and Soy 5. I'll try that, and then you know it'll only take me a minute to figure this one out. Yeah, that's it. Only a minute. We're gonna go right down. I'm gonna walk right down the street here. Fortunately, I don't have to go all the way down there. Bastards. All right. Soy 3. No, it can't be that. It's not it. No, it's Soy 5. So they knocked it down. But that was the place I was talking about. I was talking about the place with the little short guy, the little, what do you call him? The little guy. Well, I'm talking about the place that had the little guy. Maybe if he was still there, Longhorns could hire him to do his dirty work, so to speak. And then I started thinking about the place because this guy he's just a little guy, and he used to sit in front of the place all the time. Every night he'd walk by. He had arms. His arms were about this long. I mean, he'd go, hey, what's up? Just like they used to have a guy in Cambodia at, what was it, Martini Bar. And he used to ride around on a, he was just like, he didn't have any legs. He was a tiny little guy already, but he didn't have any legs. And it was just his upper body, and that was it. And his little arms. And so he used to ride around on a skateboard in front of Martini bars. And, and every time you saw him, hey, how you doing? And you're like, what? Huh? Who's talking to me? And then you look down, and you'd be down there on the ground. It was sad. But, I was trying to set you up there, Longhorns. This place's specialty is that it's a bar. It was a bar. Now it is no more. They bashed it down. I can't believe they took all that stuff down. I mean, it's complete. Everything is completely gone on that block right now. I'm going to have to do a little walk through there in the next week or two and just go check it out. But I can't remember what it was, but it was like the check-in. Thank you. That's what it was called. Ha! It came to me. It finally cycled around. Is it still there? No, this is a completely different one. Samut Sakon. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find it on Sakon Road. Memory lane. No, they don't have it now. They call it the I check-in, and that's on Soy 2. It's not the same one. So it's gone. It's completely gone. Another milestone for throwing in the... No, not 7-1. It was between 7 and... Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, what you guys are talking about, but... I can do it myself. The manscaper is gentle enough. It is gentle. I didn't even use that to shave my head, though. I used the Remington. Because my hair was quite long for me. But I'm happy I remembered the name of it. It definitely was the Check-In. And it was a little bar. And I guess there was a little place where you could sleep upstairs. A couple rooms or whatever. But that was the place. They used to have this little guy there. And he was there for, had to be at least 10, 15 years. Because every time I would walk by, he'd always be there at nighttime. He was always there. And he wore a little blue vest with a little bow tie and like black pants. And he sat down on this tiny little chair and he would be like, hey! And again, you'd like, huh? And you'd look down and, oh, there he is. Oh, man, and don't get me started. If you went into Terme, say 20 years ago, that place was like a Star Wars bar. You can't say little person. What the hell do you say then? Vertically challenged? Is that what I have to say? Listen, if there's anybody who's leaving a thumbs down and you'd like to tell me why you're leaving a thumbs down, please come on and tell me. Come on down. Let me know. Because I'm curious. Maybe these are not haters. Maybe they're all people who just think I'm an asshole. And they want to tell me, they want to speak their mind. So we won't jump all over you. I ain't manscaping for no one. Good times. You could, Jared. Just baking, trim around the donut. Oh, God. You guys are nasty, man, really. That's probably why they're leaving me all the thumbs down. They leave me the thumbs down because of you guys. All that nasty talk about trimming your hole. You're right around the donut hole. Let's not go there, all right? We don't need to get in that kind of conversation. You know, it's bad enough that we occasionally talk about poo. Wow, have we been streaming that long? Shit happens, yeah. I know it does. Well, usually when we start talking about shit, that means we've run out of things to talk about, and it's the end of the stream. That's where we get. And Johnny, rimming is, there's, I hate to tell you this, because I am, fanatical about spelling. Rimming has 2 M's. I don't think you call him a dwarf. You might as well call him a midget if you're going to, it's the same thing. Well, maybe it's not the same thing, but it's just as bad. I guess that's what it is. I guess people, listen, we got to admit, people are bored now. They're looking for something to do. They're looking to shoot the shit. Maybe they can't go out. They don't want to go out because it's a hassle. I'll tell you what, that's one of the reasons I don't like going out now. It's such a hassle. Forget your mask, and I figured you'd want to be correct in your spelling. But every time you go out, it's hot. Here, it's very hot. It's humid. There's a lot of traffic, and then you got to wear the mask. You got to make sure you can get around through the area because they're building. I'd like to know what their time frame is on getting this SkyTrain finished, because it seems like it's been 3 years already. Let me see something here. Oh, I'm so glad I remembered to check in. To be completed in Bangkok. Bangkok SkyTrain. Number of stations, 52. Number of lines, 2. Made a song about the pandemic, blah, blah, blah. Station layout, ticketing, network, route extensions. In 2002, amended a law to allow a private firm to finance the cost of operating a train system while the government would take care of the civil engineering work. Extensions. June 5th, 2020, they opened up CASHAPP University to Wat Pasi Mahatat. And supposedly there's supposed to be another extension over here in my neck of the woods. It's not talking about that, but they are working on it. So, anyway. It was supposed to be 3 years. It was supposed to be 3 years, but obviously could take a lot longer. I don't know. But they're going at it full force in front of the mall now. They've got cranes, and they've got diggers, and they've got drills. Massive drill. They have a massive drill out in front of Tesco Lotus, which is right down the street, within walking distance, 5-minute walk from the Mall Bangkok. So they're going at it, and they got the whole. I showed a couple of weeks or months ago. I showed the it's called the Bangkok station or whatever. Dried up dingleberries in the hair. Oh God, Longhorns. And try to keep it a little classy. We don't need to. This is what drives off the women in our stream. That's one thing. Okay, we never had that many here. And, some of them were questionable as to whether they were really women anyway. So, these are the kind of the things that drives them away. Maybe if you guys were a little less crude, there might be more women in the in the chat. Although there was one the other day named Vicky who she became a sponsor of the channel, which I was very happy with because she liked the fact that I was walking around Thailand and it brought back memories, which I find that that's a big reason for people engaging. Yeah, that one, I didn't think that was really a woman. And then there was a nurse, whatever her name is, nurse Nurse Pamela Anderson, or whatever her name was. Nurse Ginger Lynn. What was her name? Debbie. Oh, is that what it was? I thought it was Nurse Ginger Lynn or something like that. Nurse Debbie. Yeah, what happened to all of them? God. Nurse Debbie Does Dallas. Yeah, all of them. They've all been driven off. I think the only one who's probably watching is my mother, or whoever watches is my mother. That's probably the only one. Most of the people that watch are men. Well, pseudo men. I don't know. I'm hesitant to say men. Let me let me see if I can find out here. Analytics. They've done some good things with the analytics on the. Here's my audience on the thing here. When your viewers are on YouTube. Wow, let me tell you something. Subscribers who turned on all notifications for your channel, typical is 10 to 30%. On mine, it's 7.8. Typical who turned on all notifications for your channel and enabled YouTube notifications, 3.7%. Typical is at least 5%. So I'm, other videos your audience watched. Look at every damn one of these is about girlfriends or how to get into Thailand. What's that tell me? Okay, men and women. Woof. Male, 99.7%, 0.3% for women. 99.7% for men, 0.3% for women. Unbelievable. That's pretty crazy. Let's see here. Top countries: United States, Thailand, Australia, UK, Singapore. After Singapore, oh, this is good, this thing. After Singapore, Canada, Norway, Denmark, Sweden, Switzerland, Serbia, Bangladesh. I think I know who in Serbia is watching. What's up, dude? Bangladesh, Indonesia, Hong Kong, India. And the gender, where's the gender come from? It doesn't tell you? It doesn't tell you where they're from. The gender overall is 3.4% female, 96.6% men. So what does that tell you? Women don't like me, or they don't like the topics and the subject matter. Let's see here. That's enough, I guess. Video. Views by video. Jesus Christ. Everything is live stream. Pretty much. Anyway. Yeah, no Chinese, no. Well, Singaporeans, could be Singaporean Chinese. Took my wife 10 years to develop a Western sense of humor to appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, even my wife doesn't appreciate it. She doesn't. She just looks at me and she just goes, ugh. I'm like, thanks. Thanks for the vote of confidence. What is this? Or the viewers. I don't understand that. Feminists are turned off by this channel? If they are, oh well. I mean, what am I going to do? I can't stop people from. I'm not going to change so that people like me. Like, I'm not going to change so a feminist likes me. I got nothing wrong with. I have no problem with feminism. What I do have a problem with is feminists who think that men need to be more feminine in order to be real men. That's what I got a problem. So, up the content, manscaping, and more men on the stream. Johnny, you got a real thing for the manscaping today. I don't know what it is. It's because of the shirt, I guess. Listen, Malin20. That's the code you use. Go to manscaped.com. You can get yourself a little shaver. And, you know, it's nick your sack, money back guarantee. You get a discount and all that good stuff. You know, but they do have some good stuff there. The shirt, I like that. And I will say that on a couple of occasions, I've been sitting at Starbucks and I've seen some girl looking over at me and kind of giggling because she noticed my shirt. It wasn't looking at me and giggling at me. It was she looked right here and saw your balls will thank you. Yon Trinity has taken over. I guess. I don't know. He's told me that I've talked to him a couple weeks ago, and he told me that you know he's just basically every day is a struggle to find work and make sure that you know he can cover his nut and all that, and that he can earn because of the way that the virus has impacted his employment. Well, your balls will enjoy it. There it is. Your balls will thank you. Yeah. Been there. Yeah, I mean, they had Manscaped on UFC. I've seen it on Jared Polin, the photography reviewer, the camera review guy, Jared Polin. I've seen him on his channel. That was like right when I started with the Manscaped stuff. And I forget where else, but I've seen them around a little bit. Work? What is today? Today's Sunday. Oh, it's Saturday night. It's almost a day of Sabbath. Don't work too hard. Work smart, not hard. Anyway. Anybody else got anything useful and insightful to comment about? Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. You got to match those thumbs down. I like to see at least as many thumbs up as thumbs down. Those thumbs down will come down once the stream is over because YouTube's algorithm will catch the duplicates. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see if they are duplicates. I tend to think some of them are just because they want to be, they think they're being, they're hurting me or hurting my feelings. But they might be because, you know, there might be some photography people looking in and they might not like what I'm saying. And if they don't, you know, what am I going to do? What are you going to do? You know? Let's see here. Let me take one last look here. I sent all my friends' wives messages to buy manscaping stuff for their husbands months ago, especially if their jewels stink. I don't know. I haven't got any report from manscaping in a couple of months at least. And, you know, their thing was I needed more people to buy in order to receive some revenue from their company. You know, that's the way it goes. So you know, I do think it's a good company. They got some good stuff, and I like their shorts. You know, I like their shorts. Yeah, Graveyard sucks, but then again, when people are out working, you can sleep, and when people are sleeping, you can work. So it's all about perspective, you know. I look at thumbs down as a impetus uh, to make better videos and streams. Not really, but I do view it positively. It means there's interaction. That people are still watching, whether they like me or not, or they like what I'm talking about. Whatever. It might not be me, you know. Anyway, where are we at here for time? What can I shut down here? Don't forget to check out the gallery, the Instagram. From there, you can go to their website. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, please, if you would do me that favor. Why not? Not all women like stinky balls or the hair tickling their face. Don't be shy. Ew. This is why I get thumbs down. Because we talk about shit and stinky balls. You know, most women want to they want to keep it tactful. You know. Here, you know what? Let me contribute. Anyway, I would like to know when the SkyTrain is going to be done in this area. I'm going to have to do a little research to try to find out. Let me see here. You know, I will look also, you know, now, I mean, we were talking about it earlier. I will look at the whole Cockabarachi thing and see if it's even possible to do it, if they're even open there. I don't think it matters right now, but yeah, this is quality conversation here, gentlemen. You wonder why there's no women in the stream? This is one of the reasons why. I don't know. I mean, Johnny, would you really like to lick your own balls? I don't know. I don't know about that. I might have to pass on that. You know. Do we have nothing else to talk about? Seriously. Anyway, let me he might be. I don't know. I used to be flexible, but that was 30 years ago. Now I'm rigid. I'll look into the Cockabarachi. I will look into the train trip. I will look into something else. You know, anything outside of the country now is a major pain in the ass. So I don't know. There is a place that it takes 5 or 7 days to hike up to here in Thailand. It's supposed to be fantastic once you get there. I did think about that before, and I will think about it again. Let's get a game plan going for a trip. Yes. Well, here's the thing. I got an idea of how much money I can come up with on my own, you know, my own money. And then I have a vague idea about how much to expect from YouTube and through YouTube. That's one of the deciding factors, as always. Then there's the time frame. A week, okay. 3 weeks or a month, man, it better be an epic trip where I make some money. That way I can get the sign off from the old lady or the young lady, from the wife. Uh, but anything about a week is fine for me, you know. And inside of the country, I think that's fine. There's plenty of time to go places and do stuff. On a train, okay, I can get away with maybe 10 days or something like that. But I always figure 1,500 to 2,000 baht for a short trip, and I figure at least that much. My family's not going anywhere. I can tell you that right now. They're too busy. They got too many things to do. I can't swing it. That's the problem. I wish I could. I would love to do something with them. In Surat, preferably. That way, my wife gets something out of it. She goes to visit her family and some of her friends down in the south. That'd be excellent. I don't see it happening though. If that happens, it would be maybe it could happen next month. I have to find out when my kids are out of school. Half the time they're not sure. And also, I wouldn't be worrying about the cat. I don't worry about the cat. That's the other thing. They got to think about the cat. There are other things to do in Rayong, in that area. But, yeah, I mean, I've thought about Khao Yai. I've already been to Khao Sok, but I did think about Khao Yai. Now, I did think a while ago, I was thinking about, hey, I'd like to take some kayaking lessons and start doing that a little more at some point. But, I don't know. I just don't know. That's the thing. I always have to look into stuff and read about it and look about, how long you need to do things. And then I think about, okay, can I stream? Can I... chances are I won't go there because that place doesn't excite me. Nothing there excites me at all. Rayong can come to me if they really want to. Really, I could go to Koh Chang again. I could go to Koh Chang in the south again. I don't want to go somewhere I've already been. I've already been to Rayong many times. And you can get a squid boat overnight if you like. I don't know about that. I have to think about that one too. Remember, the stream has to be interesting and fun. And this is the other thing. My ideas are my ideas, and sometimes they're shitty ideas. I mean, honestly, I know it, and I don't always come up with great ideas, and I don't have a team. Even my kids, I try talking to them, about, well, why don't I go here? Why don't I go there? And I can't always get them to come up with anything, or I get feedback from them, and feedback might be, oh yeah, that sounds good. Really, you think it's going to be interesting for the people and for this and for that? Yeah, I guess. You know what I mean? So I don't really have people around me, a good sounding board. And so I have to just guess. I do my guesswork. I look at older streams and then I say, okay, maybe it's similar to that. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll make, the whole climbing up that mountain. If I could do something like that every single time, I would do something like that. Doing something like, seeing people in Klong Tui and talking to them and interacting with them, I would do that every single time. I just don't have enough ideas for things that are similar or as interesting. And so that's why I need to take some time and really think about it. And I've been thinking about it, like I said, I've been thinking about the train trip. I've been thinking about Kanchanaburi. I ain't ziplining. Fuck that. I already ziplined, Johnny. I don't know about you, but listen, I'm too old to be doing that shit. And I know now I am too old. I'm strong enough, I just don't want to deal with it if I slip and I slipped and I fell and that zip line went up my ass crack and hit my nuts and it wasn't pleasant. And I don't want to go through that again. Seriously. It's a little bit too much. It's not that I was scared. It was I don't want to have a line going up my balls slicing me in two. That's not fun. That's like, I'll go just about anywhere in the world, but I don't really want to go to some place where they're going to cut my head off. I don't want to go through areas that are known, jihadists, and I don't want to do that. Why would I do that? Unless I had like a whole military team with me, I wouldn't do it. It's stupid. The risk reward and the payoff is not worth it. You know what I mean? So even Hong Kong was a lot of fun for me. I learned a lot. I made a little bit of money, but really, was it worth it overall? Financially, no. As far as the channel and me having fun, yes, it was. So it's not always about the money, because I didn't lose money for the most part. So all is good. So you guys come up with ideas. Feel free to leave them in the comments or email me or whatever it might be. If you don't like me talking about this, then click thumbs down. If you like me talking about it, I'm asking for you guys' listen, I don't mind getting ideas. I don't always agree with them, and I'm not saying I will, but I always like hearing from you guys. So leave a comment down below. Like I said, leave a thumbs up, share, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all tomorrow in CASHAPP. I'll be there bright and early. And until next time, Choke D, Jerk Mai. I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. And thank you. That is all, I guess. All right? I'll see you guys later. Wave. See you. Bye-bye. There we go. Let me see if I know how to shut this thing down. Their new the new Facebook, YouTube. How do you do this here? Oh, you just click the little button here. End stream. Oh, that'll work. All right. Okay, guys. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching, for joining in on this conversation. And, I'll talk to you guys later. All right? Arrivederci. Bon voyage, Choke D, Jerk Mai, and all that good stuff.